There's the think this is right.
Okay. I think we're ready to go. Not particularly sure if this is working or not, but we'll find out real fast, I guess. Okay. All right, we are currently waiting on our opponent. Enjoying some nice free royalty tunes and advertisements. All right. Cursor capture. All right. Trying to adjust the screen so it fits everything. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of part of it off, which is just dandy. All right, opponent, where you at? All right. He messaged me in Discord saying he's on his way, but something is awry. Just the way we wanted to start this. All right. Well, what I suppose we can do while we wait is peek at our deck list. All right. Here's what we're running. Green-Black Delirium. I made a deck tech on it. I've altered it as we go. I really wanted to play Wilderness Reclamation today, but unfortunately, some cards went up in price and budgeted me out, and I didn't really particularly find anything that I was comfortable switching in, so I'm just going to go back to this thing. Plus, this thing needs a nice little debut into the wild as opposed to just playing somebody who's got a couple decks, I know. So, for those who weren't here or haven't seen the deck tech, basically it's just like a Hodeck deck. We're trying to mill ourselves with Grimflayer, Stitcher Supplier, and churn through our deck with Maester's Baubles, Oath of Nissas, and Street Wraiths, and try to unearth a Gris Conduit Tide, which is 3 mana Planeswalker, or a Gris Voracious Larva, which is also can turn into, if you bring it in from a graveyard or another creature comes from the graveyard, you get to flip it into this guy here. He's pretty interesting. So hopefully we can get a game in. That is kind of the whole point, was me streaming this was so that we could get a game. Who would have thought the first 25 minutes or so was just going to be dead air. Hopefully I'm good at filling it. But anyway, so we try to do that, and then we mill our graveyard with our Gris, our things, power out a Hogak, kind of grind them to death with our Planeswalker suit. So, all right, yeah. So that's kind of that's the game plan. I guess what we can do is we can go ahead and look at the Wilderness Reclamation. So I did budget it back down under, but I had to cut Nexus of Fate. And then with that, cutting Nexus of Fate actually allowed me to add €2, a fourth counterspell. And then to fit in, I was able to fit in some extra hinterland harbors and things like that just to make sure our mana base is better. And I think next week, if this can stay under budget, what I kind of expect to with a $1.21, this is likely what I'll play next week. Something like this. I really wanted to play Nexus of Fate because it's just so cool. But, you know, I last minute, you know, I was at 3150. That's too high, so I was like scrambling to try to get it under 30. And then I came up with this kind of after I'd already submitted, just conceded that I was going to do, you know, the Green-Black deck, or recommitted to a different thing. And in the last one of these, what I had played was Death and Taxes. And I've been in a conversation I've had with one of my friends. I feel like if I just wanted to spike this event, this is definitely just what I would have registered. I think this is just the best, most competitive deck that I have. You know, it's really aggressive, champion of parish, recruitment officer, things of that nature. But then also some lock pieces. But it looks like we're finally ready to go. Let's go. Okay, so let's make sure I can get this back up in the right order. And here we are. The debut. And I won the die roll. That's huge. Yes, we will play first. Okay. Not open deck list, so I have no idea what's going on. So I have a pretty good, decent hand. There's no massive enablers. But that Street Wraith, Oath of Nissa, and a Bobble, that could be anything. I think I'm going to keep this. Like, you just have to kind of have hands that are very questionable about what they're going to turn into. And let's just go hard and hope he's not on burn. If he's on burn, we are in some trouble, my friends. All right. Tell me right now, should I have kept this hand? Or maybe you know nothing about the deck list. Okay, so this is good, because now if we happen to cycle into a Stitcher Supplier, oh my lord, folks. Just doing all the things. Let's see what he's doing. Innocent Blood? What in the heck? Innocent Blood at times could be good for us, but it also could be bad. He's probably on some sort of control. Okay. I think knowing that, what he's on, I'm going to lead with an Oath of Nissa and either try to get a Stitcher Supplier. I'll grab a Hogak. All right. I believe that's all I can do. What a turn. All right, what are we going to draw? Something good. Give me a Stitcher Supplier. Okay, that Snarl's actually pretty solid. It's going to fix our mana. Ooh, look at that. I bet you he's on some sort of mono black control, if I had to guess. Okay, man. See, the thing is, our larva's just going to die. But that's going to eat up, because Innocent Blood, I believe, is a sorcery speed, which it is. So that's going to eat up part of his turn. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and Ash Barrens for another swamp. So he knows the swamp's in our hand. Play a Snarl. Reveal our swamp. And you know what? It's okay if Grisk, the larva, dies. It's not the end of the world, because we have ways to bring it back. Now, one of those ways is at the bottom of the library. Thank you. I do feel like this deck is sick. It can grind at times, but there's just, it can be pretty weak to graveyard hate, obviously. All right. So we're really hoping that we keep a Grist and a land. We're going to have a land no matter what. Shoot. Okay. Nailed it. That Hogak in the graveyard, no biggie. Okay. And we kept an untapped land. Yeah. All right. So check this out. This is what sucks right now is that I'm going to be able to cast Hogak from the graveyard right now, but then my other Grist doesn't get to flip, though, because I need an extra green. So I got to kind of pick up my pace of play, though, because I have at times gone to clock. So I'm just going to go ahead and tick this up. I actually don't think I'm going to attack because I'm going to Cabal Therapy. And we are going to name, we know Innocent Blood is in there. And so then we're going to go ahead and just snipe that. Innocent Blood, Smallpox. Okay, Smallpox is okay. I don't really have a problem with that. I have no idea what all these lands do. But yeah, this is just a control deck. Innocent Bloods are gone. All right, and so we just play out of the graveyard so much that I think this could be a solid little matchup for us. So $30 vintage MTG. I'm pretty sure that's Rusty from the Magic Discord, right? Are you playing in this tonight, or are you just watching? All right, and then I think I can just F6 through this. So I could have played the Hogak there, just so everybody's clear on that, but the problem is that I want to be able to turn my other Grist into a Planeswalker. So I'm going to make him try to Smallpox me and kill me here. If he does, that's fine. Oh, that stinks. That's all right, though. Sometimes watching's fun, just seeing what everybody's up to. As you can see, talking through my plays and stuff, I'm 2 minutes behind the clock, and I could see this matchup going kind of late, so... All right, Smallpox. Discard card, sacrifices a creature into land. Unfortunately for him, that is not going to hit Planeswalkers. I suppose I'll just get rid of the Haunted Mire and the Forest. All right. Okay. So now we need a creature. Not that one, though. All right, that's okay. Maybe what we can do is... See, like an Unearth would be big here. We play our land because we don't particularly care about discarding at this point. Man, those are some sick swamps, are they not? He did a good job sacrificing the correct one. All right, so now we're going to get our Hogak. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the other Grist flipped unless we get a Entomb or Unearth. And as you can see, we really burned through our... All right, so here what we're going to do now is we're going to play our tap land, and then we are going to play a Hogak. We're going to try to hang on to Delirium if we're able to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to follow it up with a Cabal Therapy. And we're going to name Court of Ambition. I've never heard of this card, but I know he has it. Okay, Befoul. Okay, and then he concedes. All right, draw a card. Did I do the wrong thing? Hopefully I did tournament practice. I wonder if that... yeah, I think I did the wrong game mode. Or what is happening? I never know what's happening with Magic Online. Okay, he says that we can do this. OBS Studio, messing up, okay. Okay, so I gotta go back into Magic Online here, folks. I thought I did this tournament practice. Number of players 2. Yeah, tournament practice. That's the right one, right? Here we go. Okay, so we're just gonna keep, and then he should just concede. And then why isn't it going? Yeah, it's not going to the sideboard for me either. All right, you guys tell me if I'm doing something wrong right now, if you are viewing this. Okay, so we're Magic the Gathering online. Okay, so here I go Vintage Tournament Practice, create, number of players, 2. Here, Tournament Practice, right? Best of 3. Create. Okay, I think he's going to try and make a game because it's also not letting me. All right, where is he? So we're having some technical difficulties here right now, as I would expect on stream to go. Okay, let's go in here and then come back out here. All right, so we're looking for the one with my name on it. Okay, and then we're gonna play here. Games per match. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, it looks like other. Okay, I'm gonna give it 1 second here.
Remake the deck, I guess. Save it with your sideboard changes. Go to game 2. I think that's what we're gonna try to do.
Yeah, it looks like we're having that same issue.
Yeah, try that, see if that works. I know that there were some Magic Online streamers that were saying they were also having issues. So...
Like 50 seconds ago, Magic Online just posted a tweet saying we are investigating reports of players being kicked and are not able to reconnect to the client. We will update this thread once we have more details.
Perfect timing.
Nice. Love it.
Let me find this guy. All right, so on the bright side, it's not me. I thought for sure it was me. All right, so what we're going to do here is I got to go into my deck. Hopefully I'm streaming to the right thing here. I am. And I got a sideboard and save that as my deck. Man, I didn't really see anything that I really feel like I want. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to sideboard very generically. And I'm going to bring in 2 Maelstrom Pulses. And then what I'm going to do is I am just going to kind of shave on... I think I'm going to shave it on Earth. And maybe a Street Wraith. Just really generically, I want some Maelstrom Pulses in case he has like a Leyline of the Void, I believe. Okay, hopefully I'm not capturing this. Okay, so here is what I'm doing is I'm just pulling out a Street Wraith and an Unearth, and I'm just going to sideboard with Maelstrom Pulses just in case he's got like Leyline of the Void and recognizes that that's going to be a big issue for me if I can't address that. Okay, so then what we can do, go here, and then I'm going to create, and then Chris Watson, game 2. And then let him know that I posted a match for game 2, and once he joins that, we will join that as well. So as you can see, my sideboard's got 4 Leyline of the Voids. Some Gnawed of the Bones, Duresses, Blood Chiefs, Thurs, Culling Ritual, which I want to pretend like is really good, but I'm not sure how great it is yet. I have yet to have it really pop up and be of any significance. All right. So we're just waiting on our opponent. All right. And looks like he is ready to go. So let's switch our display right on over to that. And this is game 2. I'm assuming he wants to play first, so I'll concede. Okay, he already got that. Okay, so if I go Haunted Mire, I can still play my Grimflayer turn 2, so I'm going to keep this. Yeah, I think... Okay. See, this card... The thing, though, is that Grist can't be Duressed because it is not a Planeswalker in my hand. All right, so he's got full information here. So we're just going to play a Haunted Mire, pass the turn. Okay, him. All right, that's okay. All right, so, ooh, what's he got going on in my draw step? Nothing. All right, so he likely has something for us. The problem is if we can't get like a Planeswalker down early, his like sacrifice, innocent blood sort of stuff can be pretty brutal for us. So what could he have? Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I think I need to get a Hogak out now. What could he have? He would have cast a Smallpox last turn, I think. I'm just going to take another shot in the dark here. Sacrifices a creature of their choice. Guess I'm going to sacrifice this. Okay. And then, oh, he's got 2 kill spells. Sudden Edict was likely what I was going to choose anyway. Okay. That Cling to Dust is really big. He should have nabbed, like, the Grist. Oh, but this puts me out of Delirium. I think we're just going to name another Sudden Edict. I really don't know what else to name. Okay, he does have a Smallpox. I'm surprised he didn't cast that. Okay, let's go ahead and just attack. We'll grind the graveyard up a bit. I think we're going to put Ash Barrens in the graveyard, and we're going to put Oath of Nissa in the graveyard, but we're going to put that Forest on top. Hope that he doesn't have a way to him to Torok me, and then we'll just try to ride Grist to victory. Because he's going to... Oh, no, because that makes me sacrifice a land. Oh, okay, so maybe he won't Smallpox me. Okay. Smallpox might have been good game because I binned 2 lands. But that's all right. So he played a Swamp. So he's got a Smallpox and a Cabal Pit. And a Cabal Pit is target creature gets -X. Okay. All right, so here, now we can play our Grist. All right, and then we can just... I think I'm actually going to Cabal Therapy Smallpox. I'm not really into losing a land right now. And my Grist can take... My Grist can take a damage or two, especially since that thing. And then next turn I should be able to cast Hogak and ride that to victory. Grist is definitely MVP of this particular matchup. As it makes his edicts less good. So landing one of those is big time for me. Okay. And so if he attacks with Mishra's Factory, we're just going to take it. All right. Trying to think what he could even have that would maybe get him out of this situation. Yeah, so, I mean, he's got to attack my Grist. And I'm not going to block because I want to get a Hogak out. I guess he could Cabal Pit still. Okay, and then I think we just go ahead and cast the big boy. Going all in with the Hogak. I need to keep a creature. I have 3 creatures already. Maelstrom Pulse not looking great here. I kind of like the idea of the opponent's deck, though. Yeah, so I think that's a pretty good matchup for me if I can get that Grist out early enough and make it dodge. It's going to be tough, though, because this Grist going to my graveyard can come back. So, hey, good games to the opponent, and I suppose we are on to the next one. Okay, so let's go and put it back to here. We got to come in here. We're going to bring this Street Wraith in and this Unearth in. And this Maelstrom Pulse out. And now we're at 60 and 15, so now we're good. And I'm going to figure out how to report my scores right now. So I'm going to be back in just a moment. All right, back to the deck list. So I've struggled with the balance of what to play. I originally had 4 Internal Grasp, 1 Blood Chief's Thirst, but I just feel like this could be so good against some matchups that I want to make sure that I'm ready for some aggro decks, because if an opponent gets out fast on the battlefield, that's what could really get me. Man, I do feel like I got a pretty tight list. The thing, though, is like the creature Planeswalker and then Cabal Therapy Unearth, and then these two are just like so tight. I don't think there's any really room there. I actually think best build has probably got a 19th land. maybe even a 20th. But between Bobble and Oath, you know, one would think that that's enough, I guess. All right. Man, I haven't done any of my daily stuff on the one and only Raid Shadow Legends. The real reason I even have this YouTube account. Okay. All right, so kind of lame that Magic Online isn't working as intended, but also one of the least surprising things of all time. So, pretty good win right off the bat. I'm curious as to how much of a deck like that we would even see. And moving forward. But I have seen lists like that. Let's go back to my current. As you can see, how I spend most of my free time, what I'm up to. All right, let's go back to this list. What does this list need? What it needs is black so I can play creature kill, or white so I can play creature kill, but man, same thing as the last one. I feel like it's so tight with some of these cards, especially with $6.69 worth of euros. Man, tough to say. All right, let's go down to here. All right. Looks like we're still just waiting on the next round. I'm sure a lot of other people had the same issue as me and my opponent. All right. So, man, God, would I kill for an Oko to be $1.25? Oh, come on. How much is that to ask for? Come on now. That card's banned in every format. Just let me have one thing, please. But yeah, like I was saying, this deck actually originally had a Nexus of Fate. So I was burning a bunch of money on that. We can move that to considering, I suppose. And then we only had 1 Euro. And then we had 3 counterspells, 3 Archmage Charms, but both of those cards went up in price overnight. And Hydroid Krasis went up overnight by probably, 2 cents, because it was like $1.88 or something like that. And so then this was way out of budget, and I just panicked. I was like, I don't know what to play. So, you know, this is what I do, is I come down here and I just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I just ask myself, can I get a turn 3 Wilderness Reclamation? Probably not with this hand. So we go like this. Okay, now we can, right? All right, and so then we would cast Growth Spiral. And I would play that Tangled. And then on my next turn here, I'd put this and reveal that. And there it is, and then we're off to the races. I think if this deck can get a turn 3 Wilderness Reclamation out, I think it has a lot of potential. I've seen a lot of Bant Wilderness Reclamation, but I'm not exactly sure how good that is. Damn, man, it's just so hard on the mana, you know? And this man land seems like it's pretty good. It actually has a nice little synergy with Hydroid Krasis, because Hydroid Krasis base is 0/0. So I've had it where I attacked with this and a Hydroid Krasis, and so my Hydroid Krasis just basically gets +3/+3 off of that, which is pretty cool. All right. So what I'm going to do is I am going to switch back to the Delirium deck so you guys get a good look at that. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to use the restroom and have a nice little break. Be right back.
correctly and discovered today is actually Friday. So yes, happy Friday, random stranger in the elevator. Happy Friday indeed. Yep, switching and saving with Geico feels just like that. Get more with Geico.
Hey, Red, what are you up to?
Just making sure all the M&M's gifts are wrapped and the bowl's filled.
Remember that one holiday party when we had no M&Ms?
Oh boy, I still have nightmares.
The cookies?
Yeah, you used all the M&M's candies that were meant to decorate the party treats, to decorate snowmen. You did it again, didn't you?
They do look cute, though.
Bringing cheer, M&M's for all fun kind.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Well, folks, I don't know if you can see this, but what we currently have is an alert. Magic Online will be going down into emergency downtime for the next few minutes. It is currently expected to be short, only 30 or 40 minutes. We will automatically reimburse and nullify leagues and queues, and we will announce scheduled events mitigations upon we return. I think what that is going to mean, unless somehow this tournament starts back up, I think that is probably going to be the end of the stream. Kind of stinks that that's how it ended, but on the bright side, which is the side I like to look forward to every time, is I know how to get it up and going. I starting to figure out how to manage it and stuff, so I really appreciate everybody who stopped in. If you get a chance, like and subscribe on your way out, and next Tuesday for sure, I will be back with the Winter Series number 2, and hopefully we'll be playing some Blue-Green Reclamation. Thanks again, folks, for stopping in. I'll see you on the other side.